Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I was supposed to upload this video on Saturday. I tried recording it over and over again, and this is one of the struggles of being a perfectionist. So I said, let me sit down, rewrite this, see how I want to put this information out, because I like simplicity, and I think I was just trying too hard to give you too much information. So let's just get on to the video. So the reason why I missed Saturday's video, I know I'm backpedaling a little bit, but the reason why I missed it is because I've been training. So you guys know I make wigs. This channel is known for my natural hair, fashion, and wig making. That's what I started this channel off to be in the first place, and I'm trying to refocus it into those things again, and then start talking about other things that are more so lifestyle now, because my lifestyle is changing, because I am a business owner. I have a home business. I have businesses that are out of the United States, so I help run those, and then I'm also a freelancer, so I do a lot of things. So I was training someone this past weekend in wig making, and we were learning all of the training techniques that she needed to know in order to build her own business. Anyway, I'm going to give you guys two simple things that you can do in order to increase your income or make more money. One of the things that I wrote down that I have been taking advantage of myself and doing myself is changing my cash flow. Increasing your money doesn't necessarily mean you have to go out there and get another job. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to go and find a side hustle. I mean, those are great things to bring more money into your life, I guess to say, or to bring more money to you so that you will have to take care of things. However, sometimes we may not even realize that increasing your money or increasing your income or how much money you make in some cases increases more of how you spend it. So if you don't control how you spend your money, if you don't control your emotions, it doesn't matter how much money you try to bring in or extra income you want to try and bring in, you're letting more money out than what is necessary. So when I say change your cash flow, pay attention to what's going out and what's coming in. And this is something that I do. You want to reduce your debt. So if you have revolving debt like credit card debt, if you have debts of any sort that is just like bleeding you dry, you need to attack it, and you need to just pay it off and stop penny pinching, giving penny pinching. Stop it. Stop paying the minimum on things. Pay it completely off. Get rid of those credit cards. If you need one, absolutely need one for business reasons or whatever it is, try to just use it to knowing that you're going to pay it off. But you need to get rid of definitely loans and revolving credit card debt or revolving debt. That's one of the most, I want to say it's one of the hardest things you can do, but it's the smartest thing that you should do. We are conditioned and trained to use credit when we're ending up spending more or paying more for something that we put on credit than what it is originally worth. So keep that in mind. Find out what all your debt is, and you need to reduce it and eliminate it if possible. And then find ways to pay less or eliminate unnecessities. So what I mean by that, I'll give you guys an example of something that I've done. I actually looked into what money was going out. And when you're talking about what money is going out, we're talking about paying bills, paying subscriptions to things. I had Netflix, I had Spotify. What else did I have? I had quite a few subscriptions to things that I really didn't need. So I decided to cut them off. Sucks because there's a lot of shows on Netflix that I like, but it's controlling my emotions in a sense, and that just freed up more money for me to do the second step that I'm going to tell you guys that you can do to increase your cash flow. I got rid of things that were not a necessity, that I was not using. I got rid of those things. That may not be an easy thing for you. You may find every excuse in the book to say that you really need it, but the truth is you really don't. So if you have subscriptions to things on your cell phone, on your computer, or devices or whatever, cut those things off and save yourself some money. Stop watching a bunch of TV. You don't have to pay for YouTube subscriptions and all of that. It's free. I mean, the ads, who cares? Just turn away and then come back to the show that you want to watch. That's one way you can increase your cash flow, is by changing where it's going. Instead of you giving it out, bring it back to you by getting rid of things that you don't need. So get rid of debt and get rid of things that you don't need. Some of us are paying bills a little bit too high. Our excuse is that's what they charge and all of these things. And here's the issue that we may not even pay attention to. And I'll give you an example of something that I've done. Comcast, $100 for internet. That's all I need. I didn't need, cable and phones and all of that, because I do have a cell phone bill. Well, Comcast charges actually $70 for internet service, but it comes out to be about $100 a month for me, and I really wasn't paying attention to why that was happening. I just get upset. We all do that. We get upset. We call them like, why is it so high? And we're not really paying attention to what they're really telling us, what we can actually do to get it to what it originally costs, which is $70. So it was, yeah, about $70 or $80. So I'll give you an example of how you can bring that money back to you instead of letting it go out. One mistake that I did make was I was paying the bill late. That's one. So when you pay a bill late, they're going to charge on late fees. So that's $10, $15 late fee right there. Another mistake that I was doing was not doing it on auto pay. They save an extra $10, $15 if you decide to do an auto pay on that bill. So auto pay is like paying it on time. So you're saving about $20 to $30 right there by one, not paying it late, and then doing it on auto pay. You're paying less. They knock that off, and that will bring you down. So you're not paying more money than what you actually should be paying. The third mistake that I was making, and now I have fixed that, is you buy a modem. They will charge you to like rent the modem for the internet, the Wi-Fi. They charge you about $10 a month for that. And they actually mentioned to me, and a lot of us really don't pay attention to it. And if you do, that's awesome. But the other two things that I just mentioned is not paying it late and just put it on auto pay is a great way to save extra cash as well and bring that back to you instead of you keep letting it and giving it away to them. I went and just spent $40 to get a really good modem, and that's what I get my internet through. And I don't have to pay that extra $10 to rent the equipment that Comcast gives you. So it's called changing your cash flow for a reason, meaning that you already get income in that comes to you automatically, whether it's a fixed income or it's coming from different diversified reasons. But what you put out, sometimes we're spending more money than is necessary because we're not really paying attention to late fees, rental fees, little amenities or things that they're saying that you can do in order to lower your bill. So now my bill is $70 a month like it originally should be because I'm paying it on time, because I'm putting it on auto pay, and I don't have to pay for the equipment. So you guys get the idea. It's the way that I'm flowing my money, and then that will cause you to have more money to use. The second thing that you can do right now may seem like you need a lot of money to do it, but you really don't. You don't need a lot of money to pay yourself first. We've heard this so many times. They tell you pay yourself first, pay yourself first, pay yourself first. That means, you know, creating a savings account and yada, yada, yada. And then you end up going into that savings account or that checking account because you have an emergency or something that is going on. And that happens. That's reality, and that's just life. So a lot of us are not really good at saving because we're not like I said, the first thing, we're not paying attention to our cash flow, where we can use that extra money to do two other things. Pay yourself first. That's the second thing you can do. And how you want to pay yourself first, you need to create an investment account and or an emergency fund. Your emergency fund should be at least 3 months of, you know, your necessities, your necessity bills that you need to take care of. If you have a car note, you got insurance. It's better to pay your insurance the whole 6 months or the whole year, because it's actually cheaper. I know for a lot of us who pay insurance, and I stay in Michigan, it's high as hell. But it benefits you more when you do that instead of doing it in payment plans. Just being straight up honest with you when it comes to cash flow. But building an emergency fund, you want to not find yourself living from paycheck to paycheck. So check your cash flow and put that extra money into a savings account or into a brokerage account. And when I mean a brokerage account is something that you use to invest in other companies, other businesses, other stocks, stock market. That is where you are able to increase the money that you pay yourself first. Just to recap, 1, change your cash flow. Know what's going out. And if you're spending more than what is necessary, either eliminate it or change or fandangle it some way where you are paying exactly what it's worth. Number 2, pay yourself first by making sure you have an emergency fund or create a brokerage account. I'm going to opt for the brokerage account from experience, because you are making money work for you. You're not just putting it into account, let it sit there and thinking you're building like, you know, 2%, whatever percentage. I mean, there's more to investing in the stock market than we probably even notice. There's so many videos right now out on YouTube about investing, but there is a particular company that I choose to learn from. So when I say pay yourself first, take that extra income that you just fandangled from changing your cash flow and invest in yourself by the savings account, the brokerage account, and then also your education and money. Bookworm Investment Club, you'll look down below, there is a link. They're hosting a class this weekend that's going to teach you how to choose a broker and how to choose stocks that you can invest in to build your stock portfolio. So I'm sharing this with you because it's a new venture in my life. I think it works well with beauty, because why would we just be concerned about natural hair and wigs and fashion and not even think about how we can make our money work for us? This is what's popular now, and I think we all need to be educated about investing and making our money work for us and changing our cash flow without finding ourselves having to go out there and find another job, try to work a side hustle. Like, all of that stuff is not necessary unless that's something you enjoy doing or you want to do and you can make it into a hobby. I'll talk about how you can build your own business, your own home-based business, in another video. But I wanted to share with you guys this course that I'll be taking this weekend on choosing your stockbroker and then choosing stocks to build your portfolio, which that is what I'm investing in myself for, in order to learn how to pick the right stocks that would fit for my stock portfolio. I know I'm very interested in high dividend payouts and things like that, so learning how to research companies and who to invest in. You do not need a lot of money to invest. So with that said, I invite you guys to join me on this webinar. It's a 2-day, it's August 23rd and 24th, is Friday and Saturday. I'll put the link down below because I'm going to be learning from it. I already have my brokerage accounts. But I really just want to get a focus on picking the right stocks now, because the truth is I am a newbie to investing, and even being a newbie, I have found some increasing benefits of doing things the way that I have been doing it. Changing my cash flow, getting rid of my debt, creating a brokerage account and creating my, you know, savings fund or emergency fund. Keep in mind, emergency doesn't mean savings account. It means something that you can go into and take care of things in case you have an emergency. It should be enough to cover 3 months of your most necessary bills. That makes sense. So this is going to be happening quite often, guys. I do Tuesday talks on my fitness channel, so check that out. Probably wearing the exact same thing, and I might be in a totally different room. Well, I know I'm in a totally different room. I've already recorded it. But yes, check them out. I'm going to try and talk a little bit more about this aspect of it, especially for us as women. And I don't want to say that, but as women, we need to know. I'm going into another venture in my life, and it has everything to do with how my channel has been built, and owning businesses and being an entrepreneur and coaching and training and being the expert in what I do. I want to share with you guys how I am increasing my wealth, and I hope that you follow through with me by taking this course, invest in yourself, and learn how to do it for you so that you can have a happy, healthy, wealthy life. I'll see you guys in the next video.